Hey there. Hey. It just came to me that maybe it was time that I share something, put it on the public record because this is going up on YouTube. And this isn't something that I normally just share out in the public because if you've listened to all my videos and I get into all the programming, all the trauma based programming, CIA, the NS, all the rest of that, right? Most women are not going to, I should say most women. I can't really speak for them, but because I've spent the better part of my life trying to restore a girl's heart, because I've never met a girl that I've ever met except for one, and I met a lot of girls, okay, that wasn't damaged, okay, that did not suffer some form of sexual, emotional, physical abuse in her life. And because when you have such an enormous amount of empathic antennas, I can read how much resistance you have in all your chakras as a result of any trauma that you have ever experienced, which means I can read all your meridians, okay, all your circuits, okay, and if you're holding anything in there as a result of something that's holding you captive that you don't want to feel because you're not experiencing pure light, which is pure love, which is called a pure heart. Now, I've been fortunate enough to get as always for me, when you live your life through a girl's heart, is to have a powerful spirit, a girl who's a free spirit. Look at me with a smile and give me a hug and said, "You're a pure heart." There is no higher compliment for a girl to tell a boy that you have a pure heart. It means your mama taught you well. Okay? So one of the things that I do sometimes, because we know how to play with energy, all the energies, right? Sexual energies, orgasmic energies, all the energies, and all the physical and spiritual and emotional and intelligent and creative ways that we know how to do that. So what I always have to remember when I knew at age 4 I was on a spiritual battlefield and how many souls had been harvested and how many people needed restoration and what have you, we got more ways than Carter's got pills, as they used to say, to be able to push that light through all your circuits. Okay, so that's a fine art. Okay, when you talk about restoring somebody's soul to when they remembered who they are before they were traumatized. That's an art. And those that are in the art of healing take on, if you will, as you advance in that theater, the most difficult challenges. Okay? The ones who've been harmed badly, beat up, sexually abused, incest kind of stuff. You know, the stuff that demons, vampires do, right? Well, that's the work I do. So I realize that when you have what I call running programs that were put into people's head about how they think, about the reality that they're used to experiencing, that they're holding in that memory, okay, then when people are running that program, they're not going to understand why I might do what I'm about to explain. Okay? So I'll give you an example. For about I went into some deep meditation about, 2016, before I left for Hawaii. And I thought, you know you're getting ready to leave, okay? It's called stellar activation. Hey, ding, 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 class is over, time to go. 2013, remember Patty Broussard? Okay, so I thought, okay, I'm in this life cycle. I realized school's out. How much time we got left? We're already out of time. So I thought, okay, before I exit, there's something I got to do, okay? Because I know a lot about how unconditional love works, okay? So I thought, okay, because one of the things that I've tried to do, because girls are not normally accustomed to being loved by somebody that truly understands what unconditional love is, which means it's free energy. I will love you for just the way that you are, for just being what you are, because that's what I am. Okay? Which means the same love I'm giving me, I'm giving you. So that means that I don't have to think about it. It just comes without saying. Okay? So it's like, imagine a girl finds out that she's got a guy in her life that's going to be showing her every single day of her life in ways in which a creative artist can do it, which is infinite imagination, that he loves her. Now, I've met a lot of women, for example, oh no, I want a warrior. No, but that's a guy with a gun who's abusive and all that. They see the male as being, ugh. They don't realize that a spiritual warrior uses the right side of the female, okay, and creative imagination, and his heart, which is full of love, which is pure light, because he's got so much fire to push that much light through all your circuits. They don't understand that. Okay? For all the reasons, all the above. Okay? Just go back and look at all the other videos. This becomes the artwork. Is finding an outlet, which is called an open mind, which is to push the information, which is to push the light, and the way in which we do that. Okay? Because we're aware of the programming. We're aware of what they're aware of, and we're aware of who we are, which means clearing out the programming. Okay? Which is like a deprogrammer. Clear the memories. And that's what happens. That's what I do. Clear your memories. That's why when I need to do that, I just go be with the goddess in the planet, and she does that. Imagine that much love. Okay? That much light. So one of the things that I wanted to do before I exit was, you can't put this in the same context in which you might think it serves, but because they use the English language and you think of what a slave is, it's not really being a slave. But this is sort of how it plays out because of the way that she's accustomed to thinking, but what she will end up experiencing is what I've described throughout all my videos, and then she goes, bang! She becomes a reflection of what I am, which is pure love, which is pure light through her heart. She doesn't understand how she's ever going to reach that point yet, even though I can see it, if we go through this process. I tried to do it with a girl over in Hawaii. Her name was Misha because she was abused from, 2 years old on, 3 different personalities, okay? And she's drinking and taking Xanax every day, okay? So every day her heart is getting colder, and she'd tell me that. So I said, well, listen, if you want to clean out that file cabinet and quit doing things to lose neurons, okay, and driving your energy down, so I'm picturing what she can be. So I'm seeing a timeline in the future when she's standing on her own 2 feet, grounded to Mother Earth with both her arms fully lit, pushing purple light. Okay? So I had to do that with a girl, but it's not something like, you're going to do what I tell you. It's not how it works. She begins to feel through you how much you actually love her. And that will open her heart. Okay? And so that's the idea. She begins to realize this isn't about domination and control, but I'm willing to give you, if you will, by the way that they perceive the way a legal framework works, a contract. So I'll go into a courthouse, and you can consider me, how do they put it? I forget that my sister did this with my mother, a power of attorney, okay, which means I don't make any decisions. Everything that I do which is in your interest, not my interest, your interest. Okay, which means every single thing that I do, I'm doing because it serves you, because I love you, okay, which means I have no say in what I do with my energy. You have every say with what I do with my energy. Really? You're going to give me that much power? Absolutely. Wow, really? Yeah. You want me to wash your car? You want me to make your bed? You want me to brush your hair? Anything. Wow. So you're like a servant. No, I'm in service, love and service to others. Wow, really? Yeah. So with that, she doesn't realize that because she's still got all the stuff she's holding on to. But I says, if you're willing to try this, watch what happens. What will eventually happen is that she's going to begin to realize, wow, this guy doesn't bitch about anything. He doesn't complain about anything. As a matter of fact, this guy actually thrives. He's loving what he's doing. He's spending all of his energy serving my best interests. she ran into somebody where it isn't what you do for me, it's everything I can do for you. So you begin to realize how powerful that kind of love is, because I already have everything that I need. So what you have to do is put this in the context of my mother, my spiritual mother, a goddess. Look what she gave me. When I came out of my mother's womb, I couldn't fend for myself. I couldn't jump out and go grow a garden and do what I needed to do to feed myself and take care of me. No, she did. So this is how I give back, so that I become a reflection of the unconditional love that a mother gives to its child. I'm a reflection of what you are. Wow. Now the two of us are in unconditional love with each other, which means we're not attached to each other. We love each other unconditionally. Okay? Which means neither one of us are holding ourselves captive. We're both free spirits. Now we're both spreading love and light everywhere we go. Right? Yeah. Imagine that. So I had an opportunity to do it once over on the island of Kauai, and I was doing everything she wanted me to do every day. But the mosquitoes and the bugs were so bad, because she had me living under a garage, that I was getting eaten alive. And I said, you know what, this isn't working, because what was happening to me physically. So I left. You think, well, wait a second, you just keep getting eaten up by bugs. Well, if it's not, I'm not a sadomasochist, okay?